Wow. Okay. 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 15th. Yeah. Yeah. Jai Gajanan. Ganeshaya Namastubhyam. Erambaya Ekadantine. Swanandavasine Tubhyam. Brahmanaspataye Namaha. So there's a war going on between the Daityas and Danava and the Devas. Matsarasur's army is fighting with the army of the Devas. Now Ganesha has also joined. Ganesha has brought with him his own army of Pramoda, Moda, and other chiefs, and also his entire Ganas. The war has already started, and this finally Pralada has fallen down with Shiva's Trishul, and Pralada has collapsed. So when they saw Pralada collapse, the Daityas were a bit frightened. So the now Matsarasur's sons, Vishayapriya and Sundarapriya, the two sons, they have come forward to take on the battle. So now here, Sutta is continuing to narrate to the Shaunaka and other munis. Mudgalacharya, he is narrating what Mudgalacharya is narrating to Daksha Prajapati. So Mudgalacharya says, it is impossible for the son of Agni, Sharanana, that is Kartikeya, six-faced, or Shiva, the five-faced, Panchanana, or Sheshnag, the Sahasranana, the thousand-faced, or Vidhi. Vidhi is Brahma, Chaturanana. So the four-faced. To describe even these people, that is even Kartikeya or Shiva or Sheshnag or Vidhi, are unable to describe the kind of battle that was going on. Hence, I shall describe to you in brief. So Daksha asked, what did the sons of Daksha Prajapati say to Shankara? They have come to the battlefield. How did they confront Shankara? What did he hear and how did he respond? Tell me all about it. So Sutta is telling to Shaunaka, and this is being narrated to Daksha Prajapati by Mudgalacharya. So the sons of Matsara, first what did they say? Oh Shankara, wait and watch. We have seen all your exploits. Now witness our valor. O Sadashiva, you have destroyed our entire army. You have defeated our chief Daitya, even Prahlada. No other Deva has been capable of such deeds. But see, we will fight all of you, including Vakratunda, in Vakratunda's presence. After which we will slay him also. There's no doubt. Then we will kill the chief Devas and Munis, and then we'll eliminate all the Devas. See how they are bragging. Sundarapriya and Vishayapriya. Having challenged Mahadeva, Daitya sons then mounted the arrows on their bows and they shot an array of arrows or a huge swarm of arrows onto Shiva. And he then yeah, they mounted their arrows onto the bows and they shot the arrows. They said, see, whatever in the meanwhile, when the Daityas were challenging Shankara, Mahadeva replies, he smiles and replies to them, you don't know what the mighty Vakratunda has manifested. He has incarnated to relieve such evil people like Asuras from this earth. It is time to stop performing atrocities and deeds which are against the Vedas. So by the grace of Vakratunda, I'm going to destroy the evil powers. So there's no doubt about it. So cautioning thus, Shankara also responded with arrows. It resembled like the form of death, a huge cloud of arrows showered on on those daityas, but they evaded it with dexterity. They retaliated with another set of arrows. This resulted in a deadlock between them. So astonished, and this number of arrows not only fell on Shankara, it also fell on a lot of devas standing there. So it destroyed many of them. It brought so this shocked Shankara, and so he decided to use his Pashupati Astra to counter. Sorry, he decided to use his Trishul. For that, these Daityas they countered with Pashupati Astra. So it was not possible to evade the Pashupati Astra, and Pashupati Astra actually hit Shankara on his heart and he fell down. So as a result, all the devas just wailed, making a big noise when they saw Shiva fall down unconscious. Saying Shankara has been defeated, the powerful Vakratunda commanded his army to go ahead and counter the Daityas. So the gigantic 8 chief Dutas of Ganesha, who were the main messengers of Ganesha or the main chiefs of Ganesha, Pramoda, Amoda, Brahmapriya, Swananda Bhokta, Yoga Priya, Sarvaga, Sarvavit, and Jnanamaya. The chiefs, the 8 chiefs of Ganesha, all of them, they were commanded by Vakratunda to go forward and counter the Daityas. Now, in the meanwhile, these people, these Pramoda, Amoda, all of them, since they were Ganas of Ganesha, they had powers. So they just looked at all the devas who were fallen down and they all woke up. The devas regained the consciousness and they charged with full powers. At the same time, the Daityas, for the Daityas, they had Shukracharya, who with his Sanjeevani mantra, Sanjeevani, he revived all the Asuras. So the chief Prahlada and all of the warriors, they also charged and they shout, making a big noise, they charged at the Devas. So another battle started once again. Devas blew conches and making a deafening sounds. Conches, kettle drum, drums, and roars of warriors were reverberating all around. Sounds of the neighing horses, trumpets of the elephants, wheels of chariots pervaded the sky. Both the armies were shocked to see each other's readiness to fight with each other. They were unconscious, they had fallen unconscious, all of them were revived. And now they are fighting with renewed vigor. The Daityas were attacked by Pramoda and other Ganas by showering torrents of weapons and astras. The weapons of us and of the Devas were unerring, they were right on target. Each impact resulted in some Daitya or the other getting beheaded or losing one arm or injuring and falling down unconscious. In the scuffle, in all the scuffle that was going on, Brahmapriya, one of the chiefs of Ganesha, he got hold of Shukracharya, made him captive, and with a noose, he tied him up with a noose and took him to an unknown location and he put him in one cave and closed the cave. So now Shukracharya going away, the guru of the Daityas, when the guru left, the Daityas started panicking. So naturally they weakened. However much they tried to fight valiantly, still when they found that Shukracharya, who would actually revive them if they fell unconscious, he having gone away, they lost hope. So the Devas, many of the Devas also were injured. But then they attacked with their axes, tridents, goads, and nooses. It was as if Kala Rudra, that is the fire of death itself, was attacking. The Devas slaughtered several soldiers of the Daitya army. Many were killed, many fell unconscious. Prahlada was also injured. He also fell down on the battlefield. So at this point, both the Daitya sons arrived, Sundarapriya and Vishayapriya, and they addressed Pramoda and others. O Pramoda, O Amoda, and other Ganas, you have killed many Daityas, but now you face death itself. We will behead you, and then we will go and attack Vakratunda. Saying this, they released a torrent of arrows on the Devas. Just then, two warriors from the Ganesha army, Sarvaga and Sarvavit of the Deva army, arrived on the battlefield. The torrents of arrows released by these skillful warriors obscured all the arrows of the Daityas. They were like messengers of death, killing several Daityas. Many fell down, many were disabled and mutilated. Blood appeared everywhere. Witnessing the strength of these two warriors, the sons of Matsara, as a last resort, they sent their Agni Astra on their bows. They mounted the Agni Astra on their bows. As a last resort, these two people, frightened, the last weapon they had the Agni Astra, which they mounted on their bows. But then the Sarvaga and Sarvavit, they were quicker. They threw their two axes, the parashu axes, and chopped off their necks of both Sundarapriya and Vishayapriya. Both the Daitya soldiers fell down. At this point of time, the Daityas, the remaining Daityas who were there, seeing their leaders gone, that is the sons of Matsarasura himself, they sensed a defeat. So they just bowed down and they accepted the defeat, and they went back and told everything to Matsarasur. So they told Matsarasur, O king of Daityas, this army of Ganesha, it seems to be too strong for us. All our people are killed, many are injured, many have succumbed to their injuries, many have fallen unconscious, even Prahlada has gone. And even two two warriors of the Ganas of Vakratunda came, and out of nowhere they came and they slashed off your two sons, Sundarapriya and Vishapriya, and both are gone now. So understand the situation, O Matsarasura, O Maharaja. Now you surrender to this Vakratunda. There is no other way out, because then only our clan of Asuras will be saved. So right now we have no other option but to surrender, and this is how they advised Matsarasur. So Mudgalacharya is continuing this narration of this battle and how the Daityas were prepared to surrender to Matsarasur. When Matsarasur heard that his two sons were dead, they had fallen down because of the parachutes of the two Ganas, he almost fainted. Then the Daityas, they struggled to revive him. They told it took two muhurtas, it is written two muhurtas to revive him. Muhurta is a division of time, 1/30th of a day, or a period 1/30th, that is a period of 48 minutes. Then he regained consciousness. I wonder what of fate. He started lamenting now. Having lost hope, like hearing that his sons were killed, I wonder what will be our fate, what will be our destiny. Whatever penance I had done, I had acquired immortality. That is almost virtual immortality. That is, nobody who is made up of the Panchamahabhutas or the three gunas will be able to kill me. So definitely my own exceptional strength is the only savior now. I will have to use that strength, and if I don't use it, all other things are in vain. But definitely there is destiny. But he says, but we don't know what destiny holds. It is unimaginable. All my effort seems futile. Many Daityas have sacrificed their life for me. My sons who are incomparable, they also, how did they die? So in this way, lamenting all this, he was drowning himself in sorrow and sort of virtually finding himself defeated. Why did my sons, the Lord of the universe, deserve death? How has my boon proved to be futile? I am unable to understand. My sons had defeated even Vishnu. Now, how did they face death? My dear sons, why did you leave me? I'm drowning in this ocean of sorrow. So he was lamenting in this manner for Sundara Priya and Vishaya Priya and felt abandoned and lost. So he was mourning the death of his two sons in this manner. The other elder people among the Daityas, they tried to pacify him and they said, don't worry, they fought a battle. They are warriors. They have become martyrs. So they will be famous as martyrs. Birth and death, they tried to put a sort of philosophically, they tried to convince him. Birth and death is of the physical body. Then why do we consider it unnatural and mourn? Shastras have said that their Atma has no death. So what has died is only the physical body. So abandon this illusory Maya and infatuation and control yourself. Regain composure. Though they were your beloved sons, you must perform their last rites. So, O king, perform the last rites of your sons. Forget about your dead sons and okay, so okay, perform the last rites. Otherwise, you forget about your dead sons, and fight Vakratunda and kill him, or surrender to Vakratunda and attain peace. So they gave him three options. So now, since your sons are dead, you perform their last rites and stop mourning and accept defeat, or get up and fight Vakratunda, or surrender to Vakratunda and attain peace. So they were advising, but don't cry like this and display your sorrow. It is unbecoming of you as a Daitya king. So when Matsarasura was being consoled by these elders or the senior Daityas, he was infuriated. And he said, how come the Shiva and other gods can kill my sons, can defeat us? No. So let us go and fight. So they went They went to the he went with his entire army back to the battlefield. When Shiva and the other gods saw this Matsarasur again coming with his army, they were frightened. They ran to Vakratunda and they said, the powerful Matsarasura is back again. Gods are like mere gnats in comparison of his size. They, the humans appear like grass. So the Lakshmi dances like in all her forms, dances to his tunes. The entire Brahmanda is trembling in front of him. All his subjects are fortunate that there is no unhappiness in his kingdom. The trees still bear fruits, and the clouds still shower rain. Surya shines under his command. Even winters are mellow in Matsarasur's reign. Disease does not dare to enter his kingdom. There is no fear of burglary and other calamities. These gods are describing the kind of rule of Matsarasur. They themselves are frightened and they feel that Matsarasur has gained so much of ground that he is invincible. So they are describing to Vakratunda, he is worshipped by the entire world. He is only one who enjoys offerings of the yajnas, which are actually meant for devas. Even death is afraid of him. So where Matsarasur rules, the words Swada, Swaha, Vashatkara are not heard. No one fulfills any obligations. All of them have been stopped, and all they do is chant his name and do his worship. His idols have replaced all the idols of gods in the temples. There is no Varnashrama Dharma. The gods are hiding against from Daityendra and are living like beasts in the wild, with the wild animals in the forest. So munis have been disallowed for doing penance. They are deprived of food, clothing. Munis have been, and as a result, even their ability to curse has gone away. See their plight. This is the what Shiva is describing to Vakratunda the plight of the Daityas and how they are enjoying themselves and what is the condition of the Devas and the Munis. O Swami, such a formidable Matsara has arrived now. He has come with his entire army. He has indulged with the daughters and wives of the humans as well as Devas and Nagas. He indulges in all pleasures. Such a formidable Matsarasur has arrived. He has kidnapped the daughters of humans, maidens of animals, and daughters of munis to satisfy his lust. His power is unmatched in Brahmand. Such a Matsarasur has arrived. He cannot be killed by anyone with the 8 sheaths, that is, 5 Panchamahabhutas and 3 gunas. O Ganadipa, such a Matsarasur has arrived. Vakratunda was listening to this discourse by Shiva and the Devas, and he says, O virtuous ones, don't be afraid. I am going to kill him. He mounted on his lion, and the mighty Ekadanta, with his noose and goad, proceeded to the battlefield. He was surrounded by Pramoda and Amoda and others. Seeing Vakratunda, Matsarasur was eager for battle. When he came face to face with Vakratunda, Matsarasura says, Vakratunda, why are you battling me? I'm going to kill you today. So hide. It is foolish of you to fight me. I cannot be killed by anyone who is made up of the 8 sheaths. Rasa, Rakta, Masa, Meda, Asti, Majja, Shukra are the 7 dhatus or the tissues that make up the human body. The Jivatma is enveloped by these 8 sheaths. You don't know. Shambhu has given me this boon. And now Shambhu, Vishnu, and all Devas are under my control. And now they have instigated you to come and fight me because of their ignorance. I shall destroy you along with your army with just one arrow. I can crush the earth with my foot. See, a person who's so intoxicated with pride and oh, the Mother Matsar, he starts blabbering out of his own fear of facing such a formidable Vakratunda. I can crumble a mountain into dust with my palms. Why have you come to fight me? Has death inspired you? My roar sends shivers among all creation, animate and inanimate. How will you, O Vakratunda, battle against me? So he is going on and on like this. O foolish one, I'm fortunate that you have dared me now. I can kill you. But if you wish to survive, you can surrender to me. Now he is daring Vakratunda to surrender to him. Live under my rule, obey me, and live happily in some forest. But you are weak and have come here in ignorance. So I will not kill you, but I shall definitely kill those devas and munis who have instigated you. So here he is blabbering, going on and on and on, and Vakratunda is looking at him with a smile and wondering what is this Daitya up to. We shall see what happens in the next class. This ends chapter 37 of Khand 1 of Srimad Mudgal Puran. So, friends, today, before meditating, first we look into whatever we meditated upon yesterday. Yesterday, we began with Muladhara. So, without having a clear-cut picture of, of the entire chakra, its positioning, and the entire region, and where you're supposed to focus, we will not be able to get anywhere. So, I have made a small PPT, which I will share on the screen. Okay. So, we'll first have a look at the diagram at the Muladhara, because that is a foundation, the base chakra. Once that is sorted, the other is a breeze. The other chakras are a breeze. Then we can proceed more comfortably. So this is a. I hope you're able to see the screen. Yes. Can you hear me, Govika?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a, and you can see also the screen, right?
Yes, I can see the screen also.
Yeah. So this is a subtle energy system. Um, this picture is your body with us. It is a little bit faint and not clear, but if you can see, it is this entire system is in within your body in the middle part, where left side is your left Ida Nadi and Pingla Nadi. Although this diagram is not very correct because it is going straight up, the actual Ida Nadi Pingla Nadi crosses. It is like a that it goes crisscross, okay, and it comes up in the Sahasrar. So that's why I'm not elaborating on this right now. This is the Mooladhara chakra, where the Bija mantra, it has 4 petals. It is square in the middle. There is a circle, and then there are 4 petals. 4 petals. This is below the tailbone, below the sacrum bone, below the triangular bone. And the Bija mantra is Lam, deity is Ganesha, and the Bija mantras of the petals, the 4 petals are Vam, Sham, Sham, Sam. So if you make these sounds, and these are the it's a part of the consonants of the Prakriti language, but these are the sounds which come when we focus, when our divine sounds in our body starts manifesting. When we go deep into meditation and we go into the cave of silence, we start hearing sounds in our body. And these sounds were the sounds heard by rishis when they focused on the Mooladhara chakra. So that is why these are the 4 sounds which they heard from the base, below the base of the spine. And the deities of the Mooladhara chakra, actually, Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi has mentioned that it is Ganesha and Siddhi and Buddhi. That is the Ganesh and Gauri. This Shakti is Gauri. But here they have given, this is one from one of our ancient texts on Kundalini Yoga, where it is given as Brahmadeva and Dakini Shakti. Kakini Shakti, sorry. Yes. Okay, yeah. Dakini Shakti. Okay. So this is Brahmadeva and Dakini Shakti, which is in the upper part of the Mooladhara. But in certain, Sahaja Yoga text, it is considered Brahmadeva and is a deity of the Swadhisthana chakra. But anyway, it is given as the Mooladhara chakra in this ancient text. So this is the Mooladhara chakra. Bija mantra is Lam, Vam, Sham, Sham, Sam. So how do we, so when we, although it was heard by the rishis in ancient times, if we want to focus on the Mooladhara chakra, we can chant these mantras also. When we chant, we add the engine of mantras, Om, before and after. So we say, Om, Lam, Om. This is one thing. Or you can say the same Lam for the 4 petals, O, lam, 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 O. This is another mantra, or you can use the individual mantras. O, Vam, Sham, Sham, Sam, O. So these are the this is the mantra for your Mooladhara chakra. So Mooladhara chakra, it is located at the base of your spine below the triangular bone. It is outside the subtle energy system. Means outside your spinal cord system, you can say. And the Mooladhara, it is on your hands, it will be at your wrist. Just at the base of your wrist is the positioning of the Mooladhara chakra on your hands. On your legs, it is in your heels. On the feet, it is at the heels. And in your head, it is on the back side. Position on the head, on the back side, just above the medulla oblongata. It is called the Mahaganesh chakra. It is called the position. It is a Mahaganesh sthan. So on the head. So that is why it is said that when the teachers are not allowed, sometimes we have the habit of hitting on the head of the, on the back of the head. So that then if it is if you hit very hard, we can even become blind because the optic nerves begin from that point. So that is why that is not allowed. So this is the positioning of the Mooladhara chakra, which is reddish in color, a red square with a triangle pointing downwards, and it has 4 petals. So the qualities of this Mooladhara chakra are balance, innocence, purity, wisdom, and joy. Or as I said, chastity or innocence, purity, auspiciousness, wisdom, and joy. And it gives balance. Why it gives balance is because Mooladhara chakra is earth element. And earth element, it gives you gravity. So gravity, it gives a sense of direction, where you are, where you're supposed to go. So if your Mooladhara chakra is all right, then you will have a sense of balance in all that you do. So if your Mooladhara chakra is good, working healthy, you will have a strong sense of right and wrong. What is right and what is wrong? No bias because of innocence. Just like children, they accept everything. For them, everything is the same. They never have, they don't try to avoid something or something. They involve in everything. Nobody can cheat you or take you for a ride. That is one protection that you get when if your Mooladhara chakra is right. You get that sixth sense, that अरे ये तो फंसा रहा है अपने को. You'll get stable eyes. When this Mooladhara chakra बिगड़ गया है, you will be promiscuous. I mean, you will be having this flirting eyes. That is, you have this pornography and all this kind of films that you get tendency to see all arises when this problem in Mooladhara chakra. You will have and as a result, if this Mooladhara chakra is good, you will have strong attention also because there is no disturbance. There is no such flitting from one thing to another. It keeps us from getting too much to the right side because you're in balance. You will not go into planning, futuristic thinking, and all that. So it keeps us from thinking too much or an aggressive behavior or an overindulgence. Soothes our attention and the subtle system by allowing the Kundalini to rise. So this enables account. When this is calm, it will help us to rise. Help the Kundalini to rise. So the problems or diseases because of when this chakra is not healthy, when it is not energized, you have loose motions, constipations, Even you have this piles, problem of piles, misuse of sexuality, perverted attention. When there is perverted attention, that is when you don't have stable eyes. That is your, some people, even people who take drugs, they have this glazed kind of eyes, you know, drowsy eyes. Then false gurus. False gurus, also people who are not authorized, or I mean, who don't have full knowledge. They want to exploit you for your money or for sex or for all this kind of things. They first attack Muladhara Chakra. They capture the, I mean, they try to entice you with your Muladhara Chakra, because Muladhara Chakra is very quickly agitated. I mean, which can be quickly aroused. So, and then you get lost in that, in that sensational sensations and all, and then you can be easily duped. Unauthorized attempt to raise Kundalini. So these are the problems or diseases when Muladhara Chakra is not all right. So this is up to Muladhara Chakra. I would like to show you now the pictures of how yesterday what we were talking about on. So how do we sit for this, for awakening the Kundalini? Normally we have to say, for meditation, we sit on the floor. So when we sit on the floor, nowadays we are sitting on the chair, comfort, and so we are not able to use our legs or feet for inducing the Muladhara Chakra. Otherwise, if you have the habit of sitting on the floor, if you are, preferably it is better to sit on the floor, then you can place your feet in this way. No, 1 minute. नहीं, 1 minute, वो वाला ये. See, in this also, ये जो है, one, the feet is placed between the thighs and the knees, and the in the, for the women, the left feet is placed. The left feet you keep it above, and the heel, through the heel you press against the perineum bone, not the Muladhara Chakra, but you place it in such a way that this heel touches the perineum bone. For men also, you use the right feet to touch the perineum. Touch right feet will be up above, and with the heels you touch the perineum bone, so that you get to know when your Muladhara Chakra is activated. Because if simply in an imaginary place, you cannot know the sensation unless you are so fine tuned. So instead, so the quickest way is to place your feet like this. Okay, and if you want from the back, it is also possible to sit in this asana. There are a few more asanas where you can sit. Even in the Vajrasana also you can sit, which comfortably, provided you can sit comfortably. Here the heels, this is just for support. Okay? And the perineum, here in this pose, the perineum touches the floor. So there is no heel that will touch the bone, but perineum itself is touching the floor in this. So these are the ways that you position yourself. Then the back should be erect, the spine should be erect. Your as far as possible, the hands, you place it on your knees, but you keep it in Chin Mudrasan. That is your index finger and thumb touching. That is your Dhyana Mudra. That where the this finger, the index finger, at the tip of the index finger and your thumb are touching each other, and the remaining 3 fingers are spread or straight. Okay. So actually, index finger stands for your mind and your or your ego, and the thumb stands for the thinking. So thinking, or vice versa, mind and ego, they get you join them together so that they don't come in the way. So they are both, usko ek loop mein dal dete hain, and then you spread the remaining 3 fingers. That's the purpose. Then you come to the positioning of the location of the Mooladhar point. So since we are men here, I will take this this one. That's for the female body. And for the men, these are the points that you should look into. The first one is the point one. This point is for your is a urethra. Urethra is that point where you contract and relax. Like you do this point one first. We begin here. Point one. This is called. The name I'll tell you. Vajroli Mudra. It is called Vajroli Mudra, and that is the contraction of the other urethra. Then the second is the point between your genitals and the anus, the space between the genitals and the anus. It is the Moolabandha or the Mooladhar. So this particular point you should contract without physical. This is a place, is a psychic point, the spiritual, where the sexual energy gets converted into spiritual energy and goes upwards. It travels upwards into your spine. So you can transmute your sexual energy into divine energy for achieving higher purposes and for achieving moksha, mukti and all. Then the third point which we have to isolate is Ashwini, that is this anus. This is the it is called Ashwini Mudra. That is where you do the contraction and relaxation and then focus. So that process we will be seeing. So these 3 points we have to see first. So how do we begin? We begin with a normal breathing. So we'll just see for women, just a glance for the women also. So this point one will be point one. This will be at the point of clitoris above the vagina opening. That point is where you contract and relax. Then comes Moola Bandha, which is inside. It's almost at the entrance of the womb. And then the third point is your anus, where you do the Ashwini Mudra. So this is for women. So here, what we begin with normal breathing and get into we see that the breath goes all the way inside, right up to your tailbone, and then we have to now, while doing this, initially we begin with this full entire region. We contract, relax, contract to get a practice of the whole pelvic region. All the organs, both genitals, anus, moola, everything we get together, we tighten and relax. Tighten, relax. Do this 25 times. Then we combine it. The next process is to combine it with your breathing. So when you breathe in, you contract, and breathe out, you relax. So breathe in, you contract, breathe out, you relax. This we do 25 times. Then we start doing for each of these 25 times. So then we only isolate the urethra point. Urethra only the urinary, within the urinary tract. So this point you have to, you will have to focus at this particular place and contract that muscle and relax. Contract, relax. So like this, breathe in, breathe out, contract, relax, do 25 times. And then in the last, when you come to the end, contract, hold it for some time. Hold it for few seconds till your capacity, according to your capacity. Don't just a few more seconds than normal, and relax. Then we come to the Moola Bandha. Moola Bandha, again, you have to do the same process, but for this you have to But in the beginning, we will do first Ashwini Bandha. Ashwini, after Vajra, this first one is called Vajra Bandha, and Ashwini. Ashwini is at the anus. That also you breathe, contract, and as you exhale, you relax. So this we do 25 times only. Now, while doing the Ashwini, while doing contracting, relaxing the anus, see that other parts should not also be the other part should be still. Means that should not be by doing this contraction and relaxation. So in this, so it requires focus. It requires very focused attention and isolation of that particular area. Then we come to the middle one between the anus and urethra point. Here, this is very, very subtle because there is no muscle there. It is a psychic center. It is an energy center. There is only an imaginary energy force. Just like which nadi, we are saying nadis are there, but we just can feel it. We can't, there is no physical organ in relation to that. Okay, so we'll have to focus there, put all your attention, take your breath, and it's only through breathing you can connect in that place. And for there is no contraction, relaxation for that, but for your purpose, means for your knowing that we are doing contraction relaxation, you can sense it through that heel which is against the pelvic bone. That heel that touches the pelvic bone will give you the feeling whether the contraction sensation is happening. That's what yesterday I was telling you. Pulsation. You will start feeling that pulsation. So that you can feel with the help of your heels on the pelvic bone. The reflection of that particular, when that Mooladhara gets activated, you can feel it on the bone with the help of your heels. That heels is the Mooladhara point. So this takes some time. It's not that it looks very easy, but it is a complicated thing. So we need to, because each one, then the other one will also work when we do on one of the others. So we'll have to focus very carefully. So we will have to practice slowly, one by one. And for the next 10 days, we will be doing this so that we get a firm activation and energizing and a balancing of the Mooladhara chakra. Because once this is done, much of the problems get sorted. Okay, so this we will be beginning, and tomorrow we will not do today. We will begin with, you can practice at home. If you have any questions right now, you can ask me on this. You can ask me any questions on this right now, or and you can practice this tomorrow. We'll begin the practice tomorrow. What you can do is, you can begin with the contraction of the whole pelvic region. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out 25 times. Then try to isolate one or the two. You should be comfortable with spending around 15 to 20 minutes if possible. Don't do more than that. Then any questions? Because once Mooladhara is activated, then automatically when the because that's a spiritual energy, when it starts flowing upwards, it will push the Kundalini energy upwards, and automatically, and the Kundalini listens to that Mooladhara. Just like remember the story which I told you from Shiv Puran. Parvati was having a bath. Okay, this is very symbolic actually. She created Ganesha and asked him, sit outside her living area and guard the door, not to allow anyone inside. Okay, and that's the Mooladhar. Ganesha is standing in the Mooladhar and she is inside. She is having a bath. He does not allow even Shiva. Ganesha had not allowed even Shiva to enter enter when she was inside the room. He says, my mother has ordered me. I am responsible only. I am answerable only to my mother. Shiva is saying, I'm your father. No, that it doesn't matter. So Shiva had to chop off his head because of that. So anyway, but then that was a story which but if you remember that kind of a thing, then you know what is prohibited, what is not prohibited. All of that you can get an idea. So it's a symbolic story uh, which we have a habit of correlating, things. So that way. Anyway, so we this is about the Mooladhara chakra. We will. This is reddish in color. Lum is this, and by the way, the musical. Every energy center has a musical instrument associated with it, and the musical instrument associated with Mooladhara is Shainai. Shainai, which was played during weddings. Shainai Vadan, for auspicious occasions, it is played. That is a musical instrument associated with Mooladhara. Then, of course, in my book, there are, in this book, it is not there, but there is in the other book, the ragas which are associated with Mooladhara chakra, that is also there. And another thing, the tone, your sa. Your sa is dependent on Mooladhara chakra. Your sa, that is in Sarigama Padanisa, what each one sa is different. So you have to locate your sa. And if you sing sa, you will always be balanced. And that is a way of regulating your Mooladhara chakra, in a very quick way, or you can say in a very unobtrusive way. We don't have to get into dhyan and all that. So we can even by just saying sa, by singing your sa, which is your sa, you have to search for Kali Do, Kali Sapeti, and all that. On the harmonium, you can find your locate your sa. When you sing your sa, see where you are comfortable and locate your sa. Sometimes sa is is different. Many people sa is different, so we have to practice our sa. And sa is your home, as my music teacher Dr. Arun Apte used to say, your sa is your home. So that is why summer, in any alap, do rag darbari, do jajavanti and all, then you come back to sa. In sa only you stop. Until then, otherwise you're not comfortable, the song doesn't end. Okay, so we halt here. Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.